had a few technical problems with the old event page, which I had to fix. So you're looking out now at a very grey and overcast morning here in Bocas del Toro in Panama, in the middle of the Americas, the little umbilical cord that holds the northern Americas to the southern Americas. And I'm just going to let people file in. Oh, we've got person impersonator in there with a hey, person impersonator. And hello, and welcome to another edition of Island Brew. Here's this is the island, and this is the brew here. I don't know if you've been watching this closely, but this hammer needs to just, there you go, that's better. The floor on the boat dock here, right? You see this floor? This is brand new. It's brand new floor. It was all kind of messed up. It was all like had massive holes in it and stuff. All the boards breaking up from the salt water and the heat and the yeah. Now we have a nice pine wood floor. Nice pine wood floor. There you go. So that's done. That's done. Liam Fairhurst says, just got back from the Netherlands. Sad face. I'm sorry. Was it that bad? Or don't you want to be home? Hi everyone. Hi Graham says SG. Hi SG. I've got something for SG. Because SG gave a wonderful super chat last week. SG, this is for you. This is for you. I carved this. I carved this special. There you go. Hope this works. Hey, look at this. It's my own little super chat animation. And yes, it is written backwards so that it works on this camera. So thanks to, who was it who gave me the idea of carving it out? And whoever said you have to do it backwards, thank you, okay? Because otherwise, I would have just been dead excited and I would have gone, super chat! And you would have all gone, it's backwards, you dickhead. And I would have gone, oh yeah, sorry. Kevin. But yes, there you go. Don't want to be home, says Liam. Oh my God. Thank you to you. Thank you. This is the first super chat of the morning, and this is for SG. Thank you, SG. You're very, very generous. I was thinking of making the back say mega chat. I might do that if someone drops us mega chat in today. I'll write mega chat on the back, and the way this is done, it's you write out the letters and then you use what's called the router, and you carve it out, which is I mean, it's a bit of a skill, right? As you can see, the letters are a bit wobbly. That's because this is like driftwood. This is just driftwood that I found in the mangroves, which has come off the board of something. Maybe it was part of an old boardwalk here on the island. I don't know. It was falling off a boat. But yeah, basically, it's quite hard to follow the lines sometimes because the wood just doesn't want you to go in a certain direction. And there are people like Marcus. Marcus can. He can really do this. He's very good at it. Whereas I'm still a bit amateur hour at the moment. But yeah, if anyone wants to drop a super chat in, I will show that again. Give me a chance to get my super chat board out. Diz is saying hello everyone. Hey people in chat, happy Thursday, says person impersonator. It's person impersonator. Is it Thursday already? Bloody hell, it is. It is Thursday, the 25th of September, 2025. Well done for making it this far. And I'm still on Jinja Island. I will be here till tomorrow. I'm going to do the show in the morning tomorrow, and then I'm going to be heading off into the wild blue yonder that is Costa Rica. And then I'll be heading home via Canada. But in the meantime, we just got a super chat. Woo! Super chat. Super chat. This is really cool. This is better than an animation, isn't it? We got a super chat from SG. £10. I feel like I need to do something to deserve such lovely artwork. Well, thank you. You can drop a super chat if you like. Super chat. It's really cool because looking at it, it's backwards. I'm looking at it, it's backwards, and I'm looking in there, and it's the right way around. It's weird. Red rum. Stanley Kubrick fans out there. So thanks very much, SG. Really appreciate it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about law and order. We're going to talk a bit about Bolsonaro, who was the president. Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro, who is currently in jail and will be in jail for a very long time for his crimes. Now, unfortunately, because it's a political crime that he's been charged with, and he has a lot of political friends in the political space, they will try their best to give him a pardon. It probably is the case that when the Tories, Nazis, Republicans, or whatever they call themselves over there, when the scumbags get back into power, because at the moment it's Lula da Silva at the moment who is the president, and he's left wing. When the righties get back in, they'll probably pardon him. And I mention this because Sarkozy, do you remember Sarkozy, the French president Sarkozy, Nicolas Sarkozy? Do you remember him? Yeah, he's just been banged up for 5 years for fraud involving this Libya deal that he was involved in. Anyway, so yeah, not a good time to be a world leader and causing, problems. Someone else who's also in up shit creek at the moment, by the looks of things, is Robert Duterte, Dirty Duterte, who has been formally charged by the International Criminal Court to stand trial for mass murder, for just the deaths of over 6,000, it's probably a lot more than that, people who took drugs. Like, you're not necessarily talking about drug dealers here. You're not talking about, like, he went after Pablo Escobar. He just went after kids who were smoking weed and had his extrajudicial goons turn up and, thinking they're, I don't know, Judge Dredd, I am the law, and just murdering these kids, just shooting them dead in the street in full daylight. Duterte himself has bragged about throwing people out of helicopters, and he's just a fucking nightmare. But there's two big Nepo baby dynasties in the Philippines. There's the Dutertes, and then there's the Marcoses, as in Imelda Marcos, as in, hey, you're back. Sorry, buffering, 1, 2, 3. I was just talking about Duterte and the Marcoses, and the Marcoses are in charge at the moment, and they basically said to old Dirty Duterte, they said, listen, mate, you've got to fuck off, mate. Now, we're gonna send you off to go and sit for trial in The Hague, which is kind of interesting to do, and also it means that, unlike the case of what might happen in France if the National Front or whoever get in over there next time, or what might happen in Brazil if the other side get in, they can't be pardoned. Like, if he gets found guilty by the ICC, that's it. He's in jail for the rest of his life. Good. Rot in jail, mate. Rot in jail, you mad psycho son of a bitch. But it gives me hope that there is a little bit of justice out there. Unfortunately, the US is not signed up to the International Criminal Court, so no matter what mad shit they do, murdering babies in Mozambique by forcing their mother to give them to pass on her HIV infection when she gives birth. No matter what they do, we won't be able to touch them, because America is not part of the International Criminal Court, in the same way that I don't think Russia is either. Russia isn't. And a coup d'etat or a revolution in Russia, and then the people who get put in join the International Criminal Court and send Putin to it. Something similar happened in Serbia with Slobodan Milosevic in the 1990s. He was responsible for a lot of the carnage that happened, him and his lieutenants, during, first of all, the Bosnian conflict and the siege of Sarajevo, but then afterwards with the attempted genocide. Well, I mean, they got quite a way into it. The ethnic cleansing, which I hate that expression, ethnic cleansing. It sounds like it's a type of detergent you use in your house, to clean. But get yourself some ethnic cleanser and just sort out that dirt at the bottom of your drawers. It's just like, oh, fucking hell, that's not a great term, is it? Ethnic cleansing. You're not cleansing, you're causing blood and death and suffering. But yeah, Slobodan Milosevic famously stood trial in The Hague, but was never found guilty, because he fucking died. He died. And yeah, sometimes, I'm glad that people are no longer with us. And that's okay. That's okay. So Person Impersonator is hoping that it's a good day. I hope it's a good day as well. SG says, Javier Milei has been whispering in Trump's ear about the UN, about UK illegally occupying Islas Malvinas. What will the flag shaggers do if the hero Trump invades the Falklands? Well, they won't blame Trump. It won't be his fault. It never is his fault. When he did a deal with the Taliban to screw over the American soldiers, in Afghanistan, which led to the deaths of American service people. When he did that, they just forgave him. They don't care. So when he says to Milei, and Milei, mark my words, he's becoming less and less popular now because people are feeling the effects of his anarcho-capitalist bullshit in their everyday lives, and people are starving now in Argentina, which, let's not forget, the turn of the 20th century, do you know what the richest country in the world was? It was Argentina. True story. Well, richer than Britain at the time, if you can believe that. The land of silver. And they managed to fuck that up pretty badly. I mean, it wasn't always their fault. They obviously, the CIA in America and the European powers interfered like they always do. But what happened in the early 80s is that the junta that was in at the time, which was horrifically oppressive, they used to, disappear any kind of political dissidents, such as, people like me. They didn't have YouTube then, but people who would like print out things on a bit of paper saying, "Isn't this government shit?" They would be disappeared, usually by taking them out in a plane and throwing them out the fucking plane. This happened. They were at the wit's end in the early 80s. They realized they weren't the economic, revolution that they promised had not really filtered down. Cal surprise, and people were becoming more and more angry and agitated. And so, what does a oppressive ruler who does not want to give up power do in order to stay in power? They go on a daft military adventure every fucking time. It's what Putin has done. It's what Netanyahu has done. The quick start a war, rally around the flag, keep me in power forever. State of emergency, declare war, or declare a special military operation. So that's what they did in the early 80s. They invaded the Falkland Islands, which up to that point, hardly anyone had heard of the Falkland Islands. It was a bit like the Norfolk Island or South Georgia Island or Saint Pierre and Miquelon. They've heard of McDonald Islands, people have heard of Pitcairn. That's because of the Mutiny on the Bounty, but there's a load of little islands around the world. St. Helena, Ascension Island. Maybe people have heard of them. They wouldn't be able to show you where they were on a map, Dan. I might, but I'll probably get them the wrong way around. I can't ever remember which one's further north. But yeah, no one really heard of the Falklands. It wasn't a big thing. But if you had gone to Argentina in the run-up to that, and even more recently, you will see that, hey, I'm back. Sorry, buffer. So I was just talking about the invasion of the Falkland Islands, but the thing is, no one had really heard of the Falkland Islands in the UK before the Falklands War, and then everyone had heard of it, obviously. But in Argentina, it had been a national obsession for a very, very long time, because kids grow up being told that the dastardly British came and stole these rocks. Argentina is one of the biggest countries in the world. It's fucking massive. Like, it's got enough. And my attitude towards this, it's not one of these kind of simplistic, oh, well, it's a long way away. It's a long way away from Britain, so why does Britain have it? Well, we've got loads of stuff that's a long way away. Loads of countries have. Like, Greenland is part of Denmark, right? It's a long fucking way. It's closer to America. So what, does America have a better claim over that land? No, because the people who live there want to be Danish at the moment. Maybe one day they'll want to be independent. That's fine. But they don't want to be American. The vast majority do not want to even think about being American. What's important isn't the geographical proximity. It's what the people in that area, the vast majority of them, want. And if they want independence, great. If they want to be ruled by the UK, they don't mind that, or Denmark, or wherever, fine. That's their choice. So that's why France keeps hold of Mayotte Island in the Indian Ocean, because 99.4% of people who live there want to be French. Gibraltar, 99% of people who live there want to be British. For whatever fucking reason, the people who live on generations, they want to be British. They do not want to be Argentinian. They do not want to be under the rule of Javier Milei. That's my take on it. I know your mileage may vary, and you might think that I'm being a bit of a dick by saying, oh, well, if hey, I'm back. So yeah, I was just mentioning we've got the Turks and Caicos Islands. You've got you've got Anguilla. you've got Montserrat, you've got the UK, the British Virgin Islands, you've got the Cayman Islands, which are all part of Britain. They're all British dependencies. Bermuda is a British dependency, or overseas territory. Like, if those countries want to become independent, that's cool, right? Become independent, right? You can't have a situation where the French look at the Channel Islands and go, bloody hell, they're very close to us and a little bit further away from the UK. So we'll just take them, because that way you end up having all these mad conflicts around the world over areas, if you're looking at them on the map. And that's the kind of simplistic thinking that Trump has, where he looks at the map and goes, oh, why don't we just take Canada and Greenland, and then we'll have all that area. It'd be great. You know, it'd be like getting all the properties of one colour in Monopoly. But so to get back to what I was going to say about Milei, he will invade. I guarantee they'll get to a point where there's riots in the streets because no one's got any fucking food. And because the Islas Malvinas is still very much close to the heart of many Argentinians, he will have a battle there, which Britain will get pulled into. Technically, NATO should get pulled into it, but whether Trump wants to actually help us out or he'll help out the Argentinians, he might work both sides, which he often does. You know, look at what he's doing with Russia and Ukraine. He's working both sides, you know. Talk about migrants eating the swans. They're eating the swans. They're eating the swans. What is this? Is this the royal family again? Is that who's eating the swans, Nigel? So Andrea Loads, what's her name? Andrea Jenkins, who is for fucking some reason the mayor of Lincolnshire. It's just reason why you should never ever go to Lincolnshire. Shithole of a place. It's the most Brexity part of Britain. It's full of very, very, very stupid and very, very ugly people. I mean, some of the people there are all right. About 3 of them. The rest of them can fuck off as far as I'm concerned. Brexity bastards. Brexity racist bastards. It is really the shithole of the United Kingdom. As far as I'm concerned. Your mileage may vary. If anyone's watching this from Lincolnshire, I love you. You're one of the 3 good ones. That's it. That's only 3 of you. That's it. That's it. All the rest is shit. Right. Anyway, she's the mayor of this shithole called Lincolnshire. And she was on the TV last night and she was like talking about how paracetamol causes autism. And she also talked about the migrants coming, eating swans. They're eating our swans. They're eating the Queen's swans. Because all the swans belong to the Queen, don't they? Which apparently isn't even true, but whatever. Whatever. They're eating the swans. They're eating the swans. Fucking gobshites. But the thing is, the liar's got it. You know, a liar's travelled twice around the world before the fucking truth has got his pants on, you know? Did anyone see Phil's member-only live stream last night? He opened up about only just realising that he is autistic. I didn't see the stream, Russell, but yeah, I mean, I think it becomes quite obvious to anyone who's I don't know, better versed in this shit than I am, that when we are having our debates, me and Phil, and you can come and see us live next Monday in Liverpool. We've got loads of tickets left. There was some kind of glitch on the ticketing system. I've just added an extra 50 tickets. Not that we can take that many people, but I don't think that many people will turn up. But yeah, there was some kind of glitch on there. So if you've been having trouble buying a ticket, let me know. And I'll put the link. If anyone's watching who can put a link into the chat, is there any mods out there? If you could put a link to the Eventbrite thing, that would be really helpful. Thank you. Yeah, when Phil and I are having a debate, it is, watching it back, it's really obvious to me now that I'm clearly on the ADHD side of things and he's clearly on the autism side of things. And that's what I think makes our discussions quite interesting. I think maybe if we were both on the same part of the spectrum, we'll agree more. But I think look, I've spoken about this before. Getting my ADHD diagnosis was fucking incredible for me. It made things make sense, and it allowed me to forgive myself for stupid shit I've done in the past. And well, maybe not forgive myself, but like understand why the fuck I did it. I've got one of those minds. I've got to work out I've got to solve problems. Like if I see a crossword that's not done, I have to fill it in. If I see a Sudoku, I've just got to finish that off. You know what I mean? I'm constantly looking for problems to try and solve, fixing things and whatever. But yeah, yeah, it's interesting. But like getting that diagnosis just allowed me to, sort out my life a little bit better. And the way I structure my life and the way I think about things changed as a result. Changed for the better. I'm not on any medication yet. I would like to be on some medication to help me with my executive functioning, but yeah, it's been a godsend, to be honest with you. They're eating the swans, they're eating the ducks, says Graham. Sam says, when Farage wins, do you think Labour will go back to their roots or cease to exist? Well, Sam, me and Phil have had discussions about this. Phil was saying that he thinks that Labour have always been socially conservative, which was news to me. But at the same time, I realised that in probably the most famous left-wing Labour government of the post-war years from 45 to 51, under Clement Attlee, Labour were not fucking great when it comes to, I mean, they were fantastic for setting up the NHS, but if you were gay, you still went to jail. You know, being a woman, trying to, get divorced or trying to get a job or trying to get a mortgage or something like that, they didn't really make things a lot easier. They also were in charge when the partition of India happened in 1947, the partition of India, which led to the deaths of over 1 million people. They were the government of the day. And you can blame Lord Mountbatten all you like, but the reality is the Labour government made a decision that instead of taking 5 years to do the handover of power properly from, the British, after over 300 years of the British being there and being gobshites and stealing everything, the transition after a 300-year occupation was carried out in a matter of months. The months, not years. It was supposed to be a 5-year plan, okay? Like fucking Stalin. But no, they did it in a few months, right? Under Labour. Also under Labour, the development of the nuclear bomb. No one talks about that. And Labour, why are they supporting Trident? And I'm like, because they were the people who started it in the first place. Of course they're going to do that. So I guess in some respects, we can look at Labour and go, talk about getting back to their roots. Getting back to the roots of Labour, and this is where Phil will always, he'll always bang this drum. It was the Labour movement. It was to look after workers. That's all it was interested in, looking after workers. But giving people more rights meant giving workers more rights more than anything else. Whereas the Tories never gave a fuck about the workers. They were more interested in the business owners and the retirees. And they've always done everything in their power to make things easier for business owners, for the fat capitalists, for lazy landlords, lazy slumlords who just, get people to work for them to pay off their second mortgage. That's just mad, isn't it? Half your labor all day. You work all day and you give half of the fruit of your labor to somebody else, your landlord, to pay their mortgage on their second home or third or fourth that they don't need because they live in another house. They've already got a nice house. How mad is that? How absolutely mad that we just think that is normal. That is the norm, my friends. That is the norm. I think this is wrong. So yeah, will Labour cease to exist? No, absolutely not. Labour are going to continue on. I mean, it's like the Tories will continue on. They might merge with refuck and then we're really refucked. But at the moment, the Tories are really on the ropes, but they will bounce back. They're very established and they are the establishment party. They really are. And although they've got these insurgents coming up from refuck, it's the reality is that I can't see refuck replacing the Tories. I can see them merging with the Tories and becoming the recons or something, the retcons, the rectums, the arsehole party, but I can't see them supplanting the Tories and then become the main right-wing party and the Tories going the way of the SDP. I just can't see it. Just had my lunch, swan on toast with melted cheese. Oh, Gina, that sounds lovely. Are you the queen? Are you the queen? Oh, bless Russell. I would have thought anyone who loves graphs and stats as much as him has to be on a spectrum. Yes, indeed. France has no less than 12 time zones. It absolutely does. 12. It's got the most time zones in the world, France has. Got French Guyana, you've got Martinique and Dominique, you've got Saint-Pierre and Miquelon, you've got there's the French Antarctic territories as well. You've got Mayotte, you've got Réunion, Reunion, which used to be a Bourbon island. I quite like Bourbons. But then when they got rid of the king, they changed it to Reunion. And then they got the king back, and then they changed it back to Bourbon. And then they changed it back to Reunion. True story. And then they used to have territory in was it Pondicherry they had in India, and then in the Pacific Ocean they've got New Caledonia, which is agitating for independence. So watch this space. They've got Wallis and Futuna Islands, both of which I've been to. Thank you very much. And I've been to New Caledonia, but I've never been to French Polynesia, which is also like spread out over. I think French Polynesia alone is spread out over 3 time zones, isn't it? It's fucking massive. With Tahiti as the capital. So yeah, lots of French territories around the world. Whereas China just has one time zone, Beijing time. So you can cross the border from Kazakhstan and you go into, which I'm planning to do in a couple of years' time when I travel down to Bougainville, the newest country in the world, in September, well, for September the 1st, 2027. I'm going to cross the border and I'm going to have to change my clock by 3 hours of a physical border that I'm crossing from Kazakhstan into China. If I can get through that way, I don't know if I can. No carp to be found. I don't fancy going through going through Russia to get there. Will the Gamgams now eat all their swans to protect them against migrants? This is person. He's very plain speaking, so it makes sense. I prefer people like that anyway. Yes. What's all this about swans now, Sam? Apparently, according to RFK, migrants are coming over from other countries, from Eastern Europe, and they're eating our swans. Yeah. Phil lives in Lincolnshire. Well, he's one of the 3, Brighton. He's one of the 3 decent lads in Lincolnshire, or ladies in Lincolnshire. My cousin lives in Lincolnshire, and he's left it like, mate, there you go, Francis. So there's Phil, there's Francis's cousin, and we've got rooms for 3-1. So the 3 good ones are Phil, Mrs. Phil, and their pugs count as another person. Yes, Mrs. Phil. She can be our 3rd person. Saw earlier today, the Lib Dems Women's Award went to a trans woman. Express started bitching, and they told them where to go, lol. Oh, that's fantastic. That is really good. No buffering here. Ooh. Big fan of Phil. Makes sense why now with that revelation, lol. Autocorrect is shite. Changes Farage to Garage, but doesn't correct. Yeah, but we can call him Garage. Graham is hammock bait. I wonder what they are fishing for, dangling over the river like that. Graham is hammock bait. What am I? I'm like a siren. I'm like a siren on the waiting for the sailors to go past, and I'll sing to them so they get dashed on the rocks. Is that what you mean? Is that kind of bait? Is that what you're talking about? Billy Kershaw there saying afternoon badgers. Hello, Billy. How you doing? But yeah, my predictions are I could see the Tories and RFK merging, which is going to be a fucking disaster. I think Labour will sort their shit out. I'd hope they sort their shit out before the next election, because if they don't, it's going to be, it's just going to, hello, Graham, says Billy. And Al saying hi, Billy, and Dizzy saying hi, Billy, as well. If they don't sort their shit out, we could be in real trouble. And the thing is that anything Labour do over the next few years will all get undone by a RFK government who don't believe in climate change, who don't believe in rights for anyone who's not born privileged and rich and not born with a silver spoon up their arse, who didn't go to private school. The 93% of us who aren't of that type of person, we will be just screwed. We absolutely will be. And they know it. And that's why they do what they do. In it. So anything else going on in the news? I wanted to talk about those, I want to talk about Sarkozy going to jail and the charges being brought against Duterte, and there's been some talk in the Brazilian government in Brasilia about giving a pardon to Bolsonaro already. It was kicked out, but the other thing that's going on in the world news, I guess, is that America is looking very close to having a government shutdown, and the Trump administration is licking their lips and rubbing their hands together at the idea of a government shutdown, because it means they can sack loads of people who work for the government. Because don't forget, they don't want a government. They want to destroy America as we know it. They want to turn it into this feudal capitalist system in which the tech bros run absolutely everything, and everyone else has to just do what they're told by the tech bros. Billy Kesher says, elders and the rest of you dirty lefties. We're all dirty lefties here. Amy says, I really hope the Lib Dems can take second place. Real chance to proper screw the fascia over then because of potential for electoral reform. Yeah. I mean, the fascia in there having their fucking day at the moment, but this often happens, not necessarily the fash, but you get a new government coming in and they don't do things fast enough and they make a few mistakes. Well, Labour's made a fuckload of mistakes. Hopefully they can turn it around by the next election, because at the moment, the way Labour's going on, it could be quite close. So is there any other news that you want to tell me that I haven't heard through the Jungle Telegraph? I'm going to listen to my Jungle Telegraph Jungle Super Chat. Anything else happening in the world? I don't know how well my my connection's holding up here because I'm not getting too many messages, but it's one of these problems. I want to be able to set up this talk like the day before and then just log into it on my phone. But if I try and do that, it always fucks up because YouTube just hates me. My phone hates me. About that. Sorry, I tried to. I didn't see any messages coming up, so I tried to refresh it, and it just took me to the. It took me to the YouTube main screen for some reason. Memorings of two-child cap going. Yes. Thanks, Amy. I've heard this as well. I think it's probably going to happen. I think it's going to happen. It's one of those things that people were bashing Labour over the head for, and I think that they should have got rid of it straight away last year, and not done the whole winter fuel allowance bullshit, and done it so that it was means tested up to 15 grand or something. But yeah, I mean, obviously the winter fuel allowance, the two-child cap, a couple of other things that Labour have done that have just not made them very popular. And one of the things that you've got to keep in mind is like losing voters is one thing, losing activists is another. Like you need activists, you just need them. They're very important, Probably a mistake. I really hope it's probably a mistake that's not politically salient. What's this? The two-child cap going? No, I hope that is true. They're eating the carp apparently. They're eating the carp. They're eating the swans. They're eating the. Why do you have to deal with this bullshit every day? Why can't we just have a nice time? Should we talk about the island then, since there's not much going on in the world? So let's just chill. Oh, super chat. Am I the first to try your Driftwood super chat? I hope so, as it was my suggestion. Russell, no, we got a super chat in from SG a little bit earlier, so you're the second. But yes, it was your suggestion. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy our Driftwood super chat here from the Driftwood throne of Jinja Island. Thanks for your support. So just a little bit of island news. So yesterday I had that overnight bus. That was fun. All the way to Almirante, which is the port. So we're on islands out here. So even when I talk about going to town, I'm going to town on another island. So the archipelago has hundreds of islands, and this is one of them. And so I was in town for, I think I got there about 7 o'clock in the morning or something. Found somewhere to do our morning brew yesterday, which I got to do on my laptop. So I meant to do the animations and stuff, which is quite cool. Then I went and got some wood for the floor, and I got some wood for some other stuff as well. I'm thinking, see there where you can see the mangroves are, and there's a gap where the walkway goes into the island. There's a canoe upside down there. That's what you're wondering what that is. It's a canoe on its side. I'm thinking of having there's 2 pieces of wood there, right? And they are 2x4s, and they are 12 foot high. I'm thinking of putting them up, attaching them to the side of the walkway, and having Jinja Island carved on a bit of driftwood. As you walk under an arch that says Jinja Island on top of it. I think that'd be really cool, don't you? So I'm going to do that today. I've got a couple of names that I've got to I've got to carve into some driftwood as well, for people who have supported the channel in the past and supported the island. I'm not doing that properly this time. I think when I come back in March next year, I'll offer the same thing we did last time, whereas if you give a donation, I'll carve your name onto one of the new boardwalk boards. If you've already bought one in the past, if you already paid for one and you've seen it carved here, I will be replacing any of the old ones. You know, just to put it back as the way it was. But there is a boardwalk of fame on Jinja Island, and you could, I think it's like 20 quid or something, or was it 50 quid? I think it was 50 quid. Bloody hell. It was like 50 quid. You could get your name as a sponsor of Jinja Island. So yeah, I'll be doing that again when I get back in March. I can't really see myself having time to do it today. And plus the new wood that I need, I ordered last week. It's not going to come till Monday, and I'll be long gone. So yeah, I came back with the wood yesterday. I did some wiring. I rewired the light into the bathroom and into the downstairs balcony. So it's got a light there now on a little pull string. I also got going with this decking here, cutting the wood to size. I also realised like the stuff that I've done on this island, like, you know, wiring up the solar panels, and like I was having the shower this morning, a hot shower. There's a hot shower on the island, and I was just thinking, I put this hot shower in. Like I literally got the boiler and I stuck it to the wall and I put all the pipes in, and I don't know how I knew how to do that. I look back now, this is imposter syndrome. I'm like, how the fuck did I make this shower hot? How did that happen? How did that work? Under the house, we're doing some cement work at the moment, and we're essentially building it up. We're building little walls all around the bottom of the house, because the bottom of the house sits on a cement plinth, and we're building that up. And we're going to put wood on top of it. So when we get these mad floods, at least under the house isn't going to get flooded, and that the room that has the batteries in doesn't fill with water. You don't really want to mix water and batteries, apparently. Apparently that's a bad thing to mix. Something, by the way, you know, if you see a battery in the water, right? If your battery falls off your boat and lands in the water, right? Don't pick it up. Just leave it. Just leave it until it discharges, because if you pick it up, you could get the mad electric shock off it through the water, which will act as an electrolyte. Because, sorry, that's not the right word, is it? Electrolyte? Is it? Now it got me thinking about, you know, running salts or something, electrolytes, whatever the word is. Basically, it's going to transmit the electricity because it's got so many impurities in the water, especially salt water. And if you pick up a battery, you could give yourself a nice big powerful shock. And one of the things that I heard, I don't know if this is true, but it'd be interesting if it is. If you touch AC, which I did yesterday by accident because I plugged something in and then I pulled the wires and I just touched them. It's okay, because I am ginger, and ginger people get electrocuted less for some reason. Like it doesn't hurt as much when we get electrocuted. Anyway, so you know, it's only 110 volts here, so it's not like at home where you can really do yourself a fucking mischief. So I was fixing that up, yeah. And then apparently, if you get shock from AC, your natural response will be to be pushed away from it. You'll be repulsed from it. But if you grab hold of like two DC lines, right, your muscles clench, because the way the electricity works, your muscles clench and you can't physically let go of it. That's why DC is a bit more dangerous than AC, apparently, despite what Edison claimed. But yeah, doing the hot water and doing the plumbing and doing the electrics and all that kind of stuff. That's all quite fun. I've got a couple of more things to do in the house today. I've got another couple of lights to set up downstairs. I'm going to be doing some carving, and I'm probably going to do my Jinja Island sign before I go. And then that'll be it. I'm off. I'm off tomorrow. I'll be doing a show tomorrow morning at 2:00 your time, as always, and we will be discussing matters, mineral and vegetable, and then I'll be packing my stuff up and heading out to Costa Rica. I'll be traveling across Costa Rica tomorrow, all day, pretty much. I'm going to stop in Puerto Viejo for a couple of hours. So if you're in Puerto Viejo, if you're one of the 59 people watching this and you happen to be in PV tomorrow, give us a shout. I'm meeting up with some Scouse friends there. And then I'll be traveling to the airport, and I'll probably do a live show from the airport. I might actually do a morning brew at the time that it used to be, at 9:00, because I'll be still awake, because it'll be like 3:00 in the morning for me. Hi, Badgers. Hi, Elle. Hi, Martin. How big is the island? It is 100,000 square feet. Ooh, sounds good, that, doesn't it? It's 2.2 acres, which is 100,000 square feet. It's about the size of 2 football fields. Not football stadiums, fields. Yeah, about a little bit smaller than a city block in New York. I think a city block is 2.75 acres or something. But yeah, I mean it's big enough. You could easily have 10 people living on the island, like easily, in separate houses. You know, not 10 separate houses. I'm talking about. You could have a little community here. You could have a commune if you really wanted to. And also, if I share you out here, you see here where the mangroves are. I know it's not particularly great light at the moment. The light is a bit shite because it's overcast. Oh, can hear the howler monkeys. I was like Jonathan Gullis. Over here, back on to me. It will be possible to get what's called a concession here to build on the water. So to build this boathouse, this dock, we needed to get a concession to build this. Well, whoever built it needs to get the concession to do it. But it will be possible to build little cabanas on the water here. Which would be a good place to build them, to be honest with you, because it gets very hot on the island, whereas here there's usually a nice breeze. Not today though. We've got the calm before the storm. The calm before the storm. Hi, Asdam. Have you got a link to Graham's event on Monday? That would be good. I will be third to try the Driftwood logo. Yes, David Faulkner. David Faulkner, super chat. Woo, 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 woo. There you go. That's from David Faulkner from Hong Kong, 15 Hong Kongian dollars. Thank you very much, sir. That's very, very kind of you. You just got to imagine like the super chat animation is just all going all over the screen, like da 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 super chat. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you, David. Oh, the Driftwood throne. Oi, you slags, says Wayne. Hello, Wayne. How you doing, mate? Welcome to Weymouth. Weymouth? What? Waymaker. Oi, great shot, conductor. But are batteries worse than sharks? You know, I was actually thinking about that when Trump was starting talking about batteries in the water and electrocuting. That's probably what he was being told. Like, if you see if you lose your battery overboard off your boat. Talking of boats, so one of the problems that we've had on this island for a while now is we haven't had a working boat. We've got an outboard motor, but Ishmael's Kayuku is sitting over there. It's not. There's a plastic one on its side that you can see. But actually, that's not his. He's just borrowed that to get around. His actual Kayuku, which he used to be able to put dugout canoe. It's dug out from a tree. If you put the motor on the back, you can put the motor on the back of that, whereas the plastic canoe, you can't put the motor on the back of that, obviously. His canoe's been fucked now for quite a while, so we don't really have a boat. So we were talking yesterday, his brother-in-law can put a boat together for us, like brand new. I asked the taxi guys in town if anyone had a boat for sale, like a little one. And they said, yeah, they sent me a picture of like this bashed up old boat. It looked like about 20 years old. And he wanted like 2,300 for it. And I was like, fucking hell, mate, seriously? This is just a boat. This hasn't got a motor on it. It's just fiberglass boat. A panga. And I'm like, no, mate, I'm sorry. And anyway, Ishmael reckons that he can get one almost half that price new. Actually get it made, get it put together. And I was like, does that include a paint job? And he went, well, if you just have it one colour, then yeah. But if you want to do an like actual bespoke paint job on it, then he knows someone who can do it for about $250. Now, normally my sort of cost-cutting head will come on, and I'll just be like, it's not worth paying for a custom paint job on your little boat. But how cool would it be to have a custom paint job on the little boat? How cool would that be? Imagine like a black boat, right? Painted black with like flames, like yellow and red flame designs, and the Jinja Ninja, the little cartoon character that I've got, the Jinja Ninja, on the, and it's called the Jinja Ninja. Spelled like Jinja Island, Jinja. What do you reckon? Yes or no? Yes or no? It's $250. It's about 200 quid. extra for a bespoke paint job. And oh, mate, I'm just looking at that going, I think it might be worth it. How cool would that be? And there's going to be people going, Graham, it's a fucking panga. What is wrong with you? That's like paying for a custom paint job on your Nissan Micra. Like, why would you? It's not like it's a muscle car or something, but, you know, I think it'd be really fun. Higher skin resistance would help. Norwegian trawlermen and the cold only to study into gingers I came across. You can start a fire with a PP3 battery and a Brillo pad. It's probably not really a survival skill and potentially dangerous, pardon the pun, but it is fun. It's very true. And also, it's the PP3. Is that the 9-volt battery, the square one, or the rectangular one, I guess, the one that you shouldn't put in your tongue, but everyone does at some point in their life. This is where Graham's starting his doomsday cult, says Wayne. Absolutely, mate. Alice Durham, you have been a member for 11 months. Graham, can you post a link to Monday's event? No, Alice Durham, I can't, because I can't post stuff while I'm in this mode on my phone. Thank you for being a member. I'm going to give you a super chat thing because I haven't done a members. Maybe I should like member on the back here, member for 11 months, and just use it once. If you go to the description for yesterday's video, the link is in the description. I'm sorry, I was supposed to do it on this, but then I got distracted by the fact that I went to the page to get the swipe the ticket thing, and it was saying there were no tickets available, which is weird. Your boat stopped. Mr. Farage and Mr. Jenkins have suddenly taken interest. Think you can get electric boats starting at 2K? Not around here. Not around here. You can't. I can't believe how expensive boats are. Get Banksy to do a paint job on it. I don't think he's going to come. Graham's doing Pimp My Boat. Yes! Pimp my boaty. That is incredibly childish and irresponsible. Do it. Yes! Eddie Burns, let's do it. The Ginger Ninja. I don't know if you've ever seen my no-fly ninja, but he's like ninja and he's holding he's holding like a map in one hand, and then I forgot what he's got in the other, and he's like this little ninja guy. He's really cool. Wayne, thank you so much for the £2 super chat from Wayne. Super chat, it's a chat and it's super because Wayne is a super chat. Thank you. Towards the ginger paint job. You next Tuesday. Thank you very much, Wayne, for the super chat. Yeah, I'm seeing. Diz says I can't see it. Diz, what? You can't see the super chat, or you can't see me having a boat that is a black painted panga Ginger Ninja style custom paint job. Oh God, it'd be so much fun. I mean, even if it looks shonky, you know, even if it looks a bit shit, I don't care. I think it'd be fucking great. I remember that they do pretty good, and I don't know who the artist will be for it, but you can get it done. But when the Bocas del Toro, like the baseball's big in this country because it's an old American colony, essentially. Baseball's really big, and like obviously Bocas del Toro, it's a bit of a backwater out here, but they won their equivalent to the fucking World Series or something one year, and so they painted a mural in Almirante, and it was like the I think they're called the Bocas del Toro Turtles, right? And it was a turtle doing something to the ball or whatever the symbol of the Panama City team was, and it was quite graphic. It was quite a graphic turtle doing the other side up the rock. Whoever did that mural, if I can get in touch with them, come on, Ginger Ninja. And he saw it once. It got painted over pretty quick. If anyone ever watched the TV show, the Mike Judge TV show, Silicon Valley. If anyone watched that, yeah, you know when they get the graffiti artist to do the logo for Pied Piper, and it was a bit like that. There you go. Same thing. Not on the last live description. I can't see it. Oh, okay. Sorry, everyone. I should have. Honestly, if I'd had a moment, because I went to get the URL to put it into the description of this video before I started, and when I went to the site to get the URL, this is when I saw that there was a problem with the tickets. I need a super chat animation, says Ian. So here you go, my friend. Put it around the right way, Graham. It's a super chat. Super. It's a super chat. Look at this animation. Look at the definition on that. That's amazing, isn't it? Look at the way that it turns in real time. Look at that. Wow. Animations now are so amazing. Like what you can do with them. you can write super chat on a bit of Driftwood. So thank you very much. Thank you. You're very, very kind, Ian. Thank you very much. A long time ago, so Russell's going to sing a song. A long, long time ago, I did a paint job on an old VW camper for a friend. He wanted black hammerite and a big face on the front. That's the end. But I knew I was shit out of luck the day that Trump fucking won. I started screaming. I think Phil may have put the link in some of his video descriptions. Yeah, I hope he has. We're both absolutely terrible at self-promotion. That's something that me and Phil have got in common. We need a promoter. We need someone else to do our promotion for us. Oh, Alistair! Woohoo! Alistair! Alistair there. I want one to proper super chat animation. There you go, Alistair. Super chat. £2 from Alistair. It's a super chat. Yeah. Oh, by the way, have you noticed how there's white paint in there? That's white paint. What I did was I carved it out. Right? Carved it out. And then I spray painted it like that, right? Still see a bit of spray paint there. And then I sanded it so that the paint is only in, and it makes the letters stick out more. There you go. Handy, I know. Down a shed, I think I've seen it in one of Phil's. Yes. Just that it's good, like Labour's comms are broken. Let's fix them, or something like that. Only we know. Somewhere only we know how to fix them. Was it Embrace? I never embraced. I just didn't. I never joined the ocean colour scene. Gotta say, wasn't much interested. I have to say. Yeah. Anyway, I thought they were a bit of an also ran in the 1990s, along with like Manson, not Marilyn Manson, but Manson with a U. Who do you know about this? Do you know about Manson, like the lead singer of Manson, getting done for like stalking Charlotte Church or something? Oh no, the Anchoress. It was the Anchoress. Look this up. It's really fucking weird. It's really fucking got done, like for stalking the singer, the Anchoress. I thought the inside of the wood was oddly pale naturally somehow. Well, it is. I mean, it might be a little bit different, but really to make it stand out, it works, doesn't it? It works. If it didn't do that, it wouldn't stand out as well, unless I maybe put it at a certain angle. But yeah, does anyone want to see this? Does anyone want to see the animation before I go? I've only got 6 minutes left. So yeah, I was just talking earlier about my route home. So I've got tonight on the island, last night on the island. Do the show in the morning. Head out to Costa Rica. Say hello to my friends in Puerto Viejo. But get on the bus, arriving around midnight into San Jose. Go to the airport. Chill out in the airport for 6 hours, waiting for my flight to leave. Eventually leave for Canada. Then I've got an afternoon in Canada. So I arrive in Canada on Saturday morning. I have a few hours in Canada. Going to meet up with my good friends Cliff and Dougie, who I was staying with when I was there. The guys who invited me over in the first place to go and stay with them, which is absolutely beautiful of them. And then I will be getting on another flight, overnight flight back to the UK, back to Manchester. And then I'll be heading to Liverpool, and I'll be meeting me mum. I'll be giving her my backpack. Hopefully, hi mum, if you're watching, have you got like a clean shirt for me to wear? Because Jesus Christ, I'm going to turn up at the Labour Party conference. So my mum's going to bring me a conference pass, and I go straight to the Labour Party conference in Liverpool, which starts on the Sunday. No rest for the wicked. There's northern drinks. At 5 o'clock in one of the rooms down there, so I'll be going to northern drinks reception at 5 o'clock, and then I'll be partying away into the night, talking politics with people, and hopefully getting across to them that it might not be such a good idea to be horrible to trans people. There you go. Didn't they sing Wide Open Places? Yes, that was Manson. I'm in a wide open place. Yeah, he got done. He got done for stalking the Anchoress, I think. Someone should look this up before I get sued for saying something that's not true. But look it up. I'm sure it was the lead singer of Manson. And I heard a story as well, which I can't repeat, about the lead singer of Maroon 5. And you know, it's like a band that you don't like anyway. And then you find out something about the lead singer and you're like, oh, now I even like him even less. Yeah, it was a bit like that. Woo! You got Keane mixed up. Who sung Driftwood, though? Driftwood would have been Travis. Travis sung Driftwood. But here's some Driftwood for Wayne to correct me because I got Keane. I wasn't keen on Keane. Didn't embrace. But yeah, super chat. Thank you. I always like being corrected, especially when it comes with a super chat. Do you know they actually tell you to do that? Make a mistake in your TikTok video or your description or something like that because everyone wants to correct you. Always make sure you make one mistake in each video because then you get loads of comments of people correcting you for the mistake that you've made, even if you do it on purpose. What's a northern drink? Yorkshire tea. Yes, from North India. I love Keane, lol. What did Manson sing though? Was it not Wide Open Space? Was that Keane? Somewhere only we know. That was Keane. That was a different song. I don't fucking know. It was a long time ago. What can I say? No one's checked. No one's checked to see if I was telling the truth. Wayne says Buckfast as a northern drink. Is that like wine? It's like nun wine or something. The wine made by nuns. Get yourself some Buckfast. Down your blouse. That'll be lovely. So, the sands of time, wide open spaces. Yes, I said that, Wayne. The sands of time are running out, I'm afraid. You've only got me for a few more minutes before I go. So, questions are welcome. Any questions? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. This is my timer. See this? This is my little mosquito coil. And when this is gone, that's when the bad things come. The bad things, the no-see-ums, the cheatras, the sandflies, they swarm, the little midgy bitey bastards. So yesterday, after doing all that work, after getting back, after two successive nights of being on overnight buses, I was on the boat dock here, and I was just playing music on my phone and just chilling, totally fell asleep. And he woke up at 2 a.m. because my mosquito coil went out and I was getting eaten alive. I was like, oh, better take myself to bed then. Mostly they come at night. Mostly. Someone was talking about, like, can you name a movie just from one word? And my one word was mostly. And they were like, yes, you can. Rosebud. Mosquitoes love mosquito coils. At least that's been my experience, SSG. Well, I don't have to worry about mosquitoes on the island here because we don't really have standing water, so we don't really get mosquitoes. It's the cheatras. It's just the cheatras. But they don't like this. They don't like it up them. Graham, we need to do a music quiz show. We do. Remember when we did quizzes? That was great. Remember that time, Wayne, when we did a quiz together and you didn't turn up? And I was left. You said, oh, Wayne, we're going to do a quiz. And I was like, great. And then you didn't turn. Do you remember that, Wayne? I remember that. It's all right. We did it a week later and it was hilarious. I love you, Graham, mostly, says Patrick. Oh, it's Nerino. This is our friend Nerino. He's coming on the boat. You see he's coming to help out today, which is really cool. On the little boat, on the water. How very relaxing. Mostly. It's very relaxing, mostly. Right, you've got a couple of minutes to get a super chat in if you want to get a super chat animation on the screen. If you're not that arse, you don't have to. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine by me. But I will be back tomorrow with a final Island Brew. Also, if I get my shit done today, that I'm hoping to do, and it doesn't absolutely piss down all day, which it's threatening to piss down all day because it's very overcast, I can hear the rumbles of thunder. Cheese on toast is mostly amazing. It absolutely is. Look at this. Isn't that a picture? That's so cool. I like to do a show later. Make sure you're subscribed. Hola, amigo. So, right, I'm gonna go and get some work done then. I'm gonna get some work done. Before I go, I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining me this morning. We didn't really get through much news, did we? It was more having a laugh about stuff. But then again, I like doing that. Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo. Don't don't know what's wrong with me this morning. So what I was thinking, I might get all the shit done that I need to get done, get all my shit together because I've got to get ready to leave tomorrow, and then I'm going to go and do the thing that I need to do. What is it I need to do? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, I might do a show. Do a show later. So make sure you're subscribed. Hit the bell notification icon. If I do a show, it'll be quite late on because it's I'm 6 hours behind here. So like 6 o'clock for me is like midnight for you. So it might be like 11 o'clock or something like that. But if you do want to join me for that, you are very welcome to do so. It could be a bit of a laugh. It's what we used to do when Marcus was on the island. We would like work all day and then we'll sit in the hammocks here and talk bollocks, which is, you know, it's my superpower to go with my super chat board. I'm just wondering, like, this is gonna be so weird on someone finding this like on the island in years to come because it's backwards. You see it, they'll be like, what does serp the pus mean? To serpus. What does that mean? Must be some weird ancient language. It's like, no, it's just super chat backwards. Why would anyone write super chat on a board? Well, in case someone dropped a super chat, obviously. I love the mix here of the very old Driftwood and the very new, which is YouTube. Okay, so like I said, I might do a show later. Might not, depends if I get through all the stuff I need to do today. But I will absolutely 100% be doing a show tomorrow, no matter what. At 2 o'clock your time, it'll be 8 o'clock my time in the morning. I'm going to off now, get myself another cup of coffee, and get cracking with all the shit that I've got to do today. So in the meantime, bye everyone. Martin saying laters. Alistair saying stay safe to everyone. Sazza saying bye to now. And we've got SG saying bye to all the wonderful people in the chat. Oh, thanks, SG, and thank you for the super chat as well. Amazing. I'm worried that you're going to drop the super chat thing in the water if you wave it about too crazy. It's okay. It's okay because SG, it floats. It floats and there's nothing electronic, so it can't die like my phone has done in the past when I've accidentally fallen in the water with my phone in my pocket. I was thinking about it. I've never dropped my phone, touch wood. I've never dropped my phone in the water. It's been in my pocket when I've fallen in the water. One time I was walking down the gangplanks, right, like these, over in Bastimentos Island. It was nighttime. I was very drunk. I'd been drinking fucking sangria all day, and one of the boards was missing. So you're walking along like a path like that, and one of them was missing, and I just fell straight through, broke 2 ribs, and the bottom half of me was like dangling in the water. And the water level came up to just the top of my legs. So I had my phone in my pocket, and it got half submerged by the fucking water. If I'd been an inch higher out the water, my phone would have been fine. So not only did I have 2 broken fucking ribs, which is not fun, I had a fucking ruined phone as well. So yeah, anyway, the super chat, this is impervious to water. Maybe not fire, but water definitely. Bye folks, be careful eating hot cheese if you're doing that. Why does my Chrome browser always say oh snap during the stream? Is it because I have 60 tabs open? Yes. yeah, it's because of the memory. Chrome is a bitch for memory. It steals all your memory and eats it all up. Anyway, so like I said, thank you very much for watching. Thanks very much for the super chat. Thanks for the idea, Russell, of the super chat Driftwood, and also writing it backwards so it actually looks like we're around on the screen. Like I say, might be back later, but I'll definitely be back tomorrow for the final Island Brew of the year. And until then, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being good friends. Thanks to everyone in the chat for just being pleasant to each other. And you know, it's a nice little community we've built here. So I'm glad that you get to enjoy it. And the offer is still there for anyone who's contributed or long-term viewer of the channel. If you want to come and stay on the island for a week, you can do it for free. I won't charge you. You've got to pay for obviously fuel and shit. But apart from that, you can stay. Just get in touch. If you want to get in touch with me personally, and not via a text, not via a chat, whatever, just go to grahamdavidhughes.com, and there is a thing at the bottom of the screen, at the bottom of the page for getting in touch with me. But to do warn you, I'm not the most I'm not the most secretarial of people. I'll try and get back to you. I'll try. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and give us a like on the way out. We've got 50 people watching. We've only got 30 likes, so we need to sort that out. I can see it at the top of my screen here. There's little things in that. I would if there was air conditioning, says Russell Cannon. Ooh, thunder. Okay, right. I'm going to go and hide in the house for a little bit. Well, hide under the house. I've got electrics to do. Is it a good idea to do the electrics while there's a thunderstorm going on? Let's find out. Until next time, thanks very much for watching. Hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye from Jinja Island. Just leave it on that for a little moment while we all file out.